No, we have time. Okay, boss. So.
When I say like this, it means yes.
Yes.
Now in India, you should.
In India, nobody knows what this. It's like sometimes it's this way, that way. And in my native Kerala, where I come from, they do like this. Okay. Now the Satsang Foundation is an organization based on the teachings of Sri Guru and Maheshwarnath Babaji. And but we study the teachings of all the great teachers. It's not confined to that, but they were the inspiration behind the Satsang Foundation. It started like this because in 91 I started traveling and Babaji gave me permission to teach. Till then, for more than 20 years I was keeping silent. I could not teach. I did not have the permission to teach. Sometimes I used to go and sit before some people who were teaching and wonder, oh my God, what is this guy saying? But I couldn't open my mouth because Babaji said no. So at the age of 40, I started teaching in 1993 or so, roughly. Some of our friends said, now if you're traveling and if you're going to teach, you cannot do it individually. You need somebody to support you going there. Somebody has to organize it. You need a place to stay. All these things are required. So they formed a small trust called the Satsang Foundation. Okay. Even then it was all quiet. I used to live in Madanapalli, which is where I live now, which is 2.5 hours from Bangalore airport. But in Andhra Pradesh, neighboring state. I had my own house there. I bought my own house and I built it. And now the ashram that you see there came around the house. The school, the ashram, now hospital is coming up. It all grew organically around this place. First I was living alone and there was nobody there. And people used to wonder why I was living there in this place where there are no lights, there was nothing, no water. All that we got. Slowly. And the Satsang Foundation became an organization. Even then it was not so bad, it was nice. Then I published my autobiography. Okay? Then the circus started. and people came to know, and then I found out that the organization was really necessary, because in the beginning I thought, why this organization? Then I said, yeah, I can't handle this personally. So it grew. So we had the school for the poor kids. We had another boarding school for the not so poor to support the school. And then we had a free hospital. And then we have now also a yoga center where we give courses in yoga. It's called the Bharat Yoga Vidya Kendra, BYK. And there we train yoga teachers. So it's a 1 month, 15 days online, and 1 month you have to be there. Then you learn yoga, then you get a certificate and you can go out and teach. Not Kriya, yoga. Pranayam, asana, all the things that are involved in yoga. So since I am there, whenever the course is there, I make it a point to stay there. So the students also have the advantage of learning some things from me, which normally is not available to them in many yoga courses. Because I take up some old texts and start teaching them about the different ideas about yoga. This is the setup now. So we have a limited accommodation, which they know. Not many people can stay together. But we have a hall where you can have satsangs. All that is okay. But residential, we have hardly about 30 places where people can stay, rooms. So what people do, if they don't get accommodation there, they stay in the town, which is 10 minutes away. And there are many hotels there, and they spend the day and go back in the night. And we have a temple there of Shiva, and we have Babaji shrine there, where I initiate people into Kriya. and we have cows. Now we have many cows. Cows have multiplied. And so we get good milk, pure milk, and we have a vegetarian dining hall which can cater to 100 people at a time. Because when we have Guru Purnima and Shivratri, two functions, I light the fire, light the dhuni. So there are thousands of, hundreds of people coming. So they can't stay there, but we have enough place for them to sit and have a satsang. So last Guru Purnima, there were 1,300 people. So how can I manage it without an organization? But I have told them, every year I repeat it to our governing council, that please don't bet on me, because I might walk out any time. So you guys manage this, okay? Because my house doesn't belong to the foundation. I'm separate. I can live there as long as I want. So if you have an org, you must be clear that you're not stuck with it. So at the moment, this is our setup. I'm a married man myself, but my wife is the principal of the school which we have, which is 1.5 hours away, so she lives there. It's a boarding school, everybody lives there, the children, the staff. And both my son and daughter, they got married and they have also left. So I'm back to square one. And during the pandemic, since I could not travel, we used to have constant online programs. So I have a recording studio also there, small one, where I sit and talk. If you have seen the YouTube, you might have seen a little room with a desk and some books and a window at the back. That is the recording room.
It used to be the meditation hall.
It used to be the first. We converted it into a studio. Because with the yoga shala coming up, the yoga center, we have a big hall there. And we are planning to redo Babaji Shrine. There is enough land. So I'm planning to make a bigger place where people can sit and meditate, that. It's very small, you remember? For more than 2 people cannot sit there. So this is the story of the Satsang Foundation. Yesterday we discussed what is Satsang, right? Now we have discussed the foundation. And our foundation is not a steady foundation, it's shaky, because every year we have a meeting, governing body meeting, and every year I say, look, if you want to find a new president, please do. But nobody has done till now. Maybe a day will come when I will be free.
How far away from Madanapalli is the yoga retreat center?
Inside the center.
Yeah, but there's another kind of a wellness center that was built.
Oh, yes, okay. Now there is another wellness center which is basically for meditating and staying, study center, where people can read books or listen to it. Because Madanapalli is quite busy nowadays. This is 45 minutes from Madanapalli, where I stay, 45 minutes. And it's in the middle of a village. It's a large area. We have a lake and we have the mountains on one side. And there we do health courses for people, like Ayurveda. We have all the facilities for the massage, Ayurveda massage. And I have hired a qualified physician from Kerala who's in charge of that. It's meant for mind, body and spirit. It's a center where there are cottages, so you can hire a cottage and stay there, have your walks, your study center, you can put on your headphones and see videos or whatever, and go for walks or sit beside the lake or look at the mountains. Or if you have taken a course, we have a 4-day course, we have a 1-week course, we have a 20 days course. I think the maximum is 20 days. And of course you will have to pay for it because there are doctors and masseurs working there. It's not very expensive. I made sure that, you know how it is in India now? It's very expensive, these things. We said keep it minimum. You need to run the place, but you don't need to have profits put in the bank. So if you look around and check many health wellness centers there, you will find that the prices are nothing. Some people are wondering why we are running it. I said we are not at a loss, we are okay. But it's a good place. This is the other activity that's going on. And of course, throughout India, we have started planting trees. This is the other activity which we are doing, and we call it Maitri. Maitri in English means my tree. It means a person adopts a tree. Because even if you plant it, they won't look after it. You adopt, this is your tree, look after it. So thousands of trees have been planted within the last 3 years. Thousands of trees. Because without trees, this world is going to end. And it's very easy for people to cut trees, you know. You can't grow them easily. So we started this. Maitri also means in Sanskrit friendship. Maitri. So it is my tree and my tree, both. These are some of my favorite things. Sound of music. So, and I am hardly there in Madanapalli. Traveling. The pandemic I was there, but now again started. I think the last trip I made outside the country after I came here was to Australia. That was the last. My flight was the last flight that flew out of Melbourne before they sealed the borders. Otherwise I would have been stuck there. One midnight I woke up and I told our friends, book me ticket back tomorrow. I said, why? So we have to go to Sydney. I said, no, I'm going back. Why? I said, I feel I should go back. So they booked the ticket next day from Melbourne, and I got into the flight and I landed, and then when I came to Delhi I realized that they have now sealed all the flights. This was the last. I think Babaji pushed me out. Yeah.